Welcome to the Elite Podcast Network, home of the #1 independent wrestling coverage, available on iTunes, Stitcher, blogtalk Radio, and wherever you get your podcasts from. Follow us on Twitter at Elite Podcast Net and join the revolution now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WrestlingHeads Radio. I am Skits, and I'm here with my co-hosts Oscar and Tom. What is going on, gentlemen?
What's going on, man? I feel like this night's going to be a little devilish, you can say.
I like the pun. But I'll tell you what, after watching so much of the G1 Climax this week live, I'm so tired, and we're only on day 7, so I'm going to be tired for the next month.
Just don't fall asleep, man. Just don't fall asleep at work. Don't fall asleep anywhere.
No, that's why I have Red Bull and coffee.
Well, gentlemen, we could talk a little bit more about about the G1 Climax a little later, but let's call it the New Jersey Devil, Daria, real quick. Let's give her a call.
Hello?
Hey, Daria?
Yes.
Hey, what's going on? This is Skits from WrestlingHeads Radio. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just want to say welcome to WrestlingHeads Radio. You got me, myself, my friend Oscar. I remember you meeting us at the Santino's Dojo.
Yes. What's going on, guys?
We also have one more co-host. We have my friend Tom. He's from the New York area, so I'm pretty sure you guys are super close.
Yeah, we can relate. East Coast is the best coast, right?
Oh, without when you're over there on the West Coast, you betrayed the New York, New Jersey tri-state area.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those... Oh, my bad, go ahead.
Did he ask me
something? Tom,
I didn't say anything. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. For those listening, in case you do not know who this lady is, if you watch Tough Enough, you got to know who she is. This is the New Jersey Devil herself. Daria, what's going on?
What's up, guys? So glad to be on WrestlingHeads Radio.
Yeah, man, we're definitely glad to have you. I'm pretty sure all three of us, we have a lot of questions for you. I've been watching Tough Enough like crazy, and some weeks I'm happy, some weeks I'm not happy, but I'm definitely loving the show.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend with this season. It's definitely a controversial season, which I think is good for reality television, so it's definitely been fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's go ahead and start off this interview, and I'm going to have Oscar go ahead and ask the first question. Go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah, my first question I'd like to ask you, well, by the way, before I ask, I'd like to say, nice meeting you at the Santino's Dojo, by the way. My first question I'd like to ask you, since you got eliminated from the Tough Enough competition, it seems like you still want to get in the pro wrestling business. I see you're getting trained by Brian Kendrick. My question is, why did you went to Brian Kendrick? Is it because he was in the WWE at one point, and maybe he can help you get in there, just like how he's helping out Eva Marie with her wrestling skills?
My plan coming out of WWE Tough Enough was to get on the fastest track and the best track to getting into the WWE. I mean, that's the industry that I fell in love with. That's what I want to do. So Brian Kendrick just seemed like the right fit. I reached out to all my resources, made as many phone calls and emails as I possibly could without completely annoying people, and the responses I got back were Brian Kendrick. So he just seemed like the right fit, and I see why now, having worked with him. He's amazing. He really is amazing at what he does, and he's passionate about what he does. So working with Brian is kind of just one of those things that it worked out.
Yeah, seeing that you're from the New Jersey area, did you have to move to LA, or are you living here now in LA just to get just to go to these training sessions for Brian Kendrick?
No, I've lived in LA for 2 years now.
Okay.
So yeah, born and raised in New Jersey. Went down to Florida for some MMA training with American Top Team when I graduated high school. Went back to New York, made a couple movies, and now I'm out in LA doing everything pro wrestling and MMA. So.
All right, cool. My question next question to ask you about skills. I know you're not. Whenever you're ready to hit the ring, doesn't matter what ring it is, either in a WWE ring or independent ring. What kind of style are you planning to show off? Like, for example, are you planning, because you have an MMA background, are you planning to maybe use MMA background to adapt to a pro wrestling skill, just like how CM Punk and The Undertaker will use those kind of moves?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously have a lot of skills in martial arts in my background that I want to utilize as much as I possibly can, because I think it would be a waste otherwise. So I think I'm definitely going to focus on my strikes, because that's my forte in MMA. I'm a striker. I'm a boxing background. So I think that my quick strikes and stuff like that can really be entertaining once I learn the proper transition into pro wrestling. But yeah, I definitely think it's going to be my style. I think I'm kind of going to be like a no BS, serious kind of mean, bring out that Jersey Devil when I get inside the ring kind of character.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm asking too much questions, but I'm going to pass it up because I don't know who's next. Tom or Skid?
I'll go ahead and ask a question.
Go ahead.
Well, we know, a lot of the fans know you from Tough Enough. Tell us, before you went to Tough Enough and got into MMA, were you into wrestling? Tell us your story.
Yeah, so I grew up playing all kinds of sports, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, track, you name it. I played it. And come like my senior year of high school, I kind of just wanted something different. I had taken a couple years off from all the sports I played, and I needed that competitive adrenaline rush thing again. And I just wasn't loving any of the sports I grew up playing. It was just kind of whatever. But when I saw MMA, I fell in love. And I was like, oh, my God, this is what I need to do. So I found the nearest gym in Jersey and started training boxing and judo. And the day of my high school graduation, I kind of packed all my bags up, got in my car, and drove it to Florida to train with American Top Team, which is, one of the best camps in the country. And that was kind of my life for the next 2 to 3 years until I found pro wrestling. And the same sort of thing kind of happened. It was like I discovered this whole new world, and I was like, wait a second. I've always been an athlete. I've always been a performer. I've done acting and producing and all that kind of stuff. And it seemed like pro wrestling was the perfect culmination of the two things I love to do in life. So it kind of just seemed like the perfect fit and something that I, maybe should have stumbled upon earlier in life, but I'm so happy that I found it now.
So, did you have any favorite MMA fighters and professional wrestlers that you looked up to, that you I like this person's style, maybe
yeah,
I want to...
for sure. When I first started out with MMA, Gina Carano was my go-to. She was kind of the only woman in MMA at the time that was making a name for herself. There was plenty of talented MMA fighters, but she was the one that was really had the marketing behind her and knew how to use her looks and her abilities to her advantage, and she kind of paved the way for a lot of us. Even Ronda Rousey gives Gina credit for that. So Gina Carano is definitely one of those that I looked up to. And then for wrestling, when I first started getting into wrestling, Trish Stratus and Lita were my two idols. I really studied a lot of their matches and just fell in love with Lita's like balls to the wall, no boundaries, no limit style. And same with Trish. I mean, they both brought something so different to the WWE, but at the same time, they both took risks to be there. And I think Lita is one of those pioneers of the sport that really paved a lot of the way for women wrestlers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, me as a guy, Lita and Trish definitely set it off for most of the divas that you see today. So I'm definitely 100% with you. Tom, did you want to ask her a question?
Yeah, one of the most interesting things I find is how early you were eliminated from Tough Enough, but one of the more interesting things is we've seen a lot more success from people who haven't won Tough Enough as opposed to the winners. Do you kind of look at that and say, okay, because of the success of people like The Miz and Cameron, that I still have a really good shot of actually getting into WWE?
Yeah, I mean, when you're going through a journey like Tough Enough, you realize pretty early on, okay, even if I don't win this thing, this is huge. You realize that, with the journey, you're working with people like Booker T, Lita, Billy Gunn. You're interacting, you're at the Performance Center, you're doing all these things. You're so close to being there that when your time is over on the show, it's just the beginning, That was just the beginning for me. It was like, okay, now I got to go get some serious training and get my butt back in the WWE, because it just made me that much more sure where I wanted to be in life and what I wanted to do. So it was the greatest experience ever. And like I said, it just opened so many doors for me to now, jump on through.
Yeah, and I got to ask you, if you saw the whole Tough Enough thing, and, us three here, we're kind of looking at it from a fan's perspective, but if you could change something from the Tough Enough, from the system and how they work things, would you change anything?
I don't, I can't say that I would change anything, because reality shows are supposed to be unpredictable. They're supposed to be spontaneous and crazy and insane. You know what I mean? So I feel like it would take the fun out of it if I were to try to make the perfect format. I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, well, if I would have done this, it would have been better. You know what I mean? I kind of live life at the moment. There's nothing to regret. So, yeah, I mean, it's a fun format. It's cool to have the judges and the coaches, because that gives us 6 superstars and divas to interact with rather than just 3. Yes, the coaches definitely know us better than the judges do, and, maybe they should have a little bit more input. But at the end of the day, it's a reality show, and it was fun, and it happens how it happens. And I think that there's still people in the house that are talented. I think there's some people that left that are also super talented, but, we all know what we signed up for.
Definitely. All right, Oscar, I'll pass it back to you.
Yes. I'm going to ask you something that been going around the in the news lately, but the guy that you probably have been around with that has been in controversy a lot is because of the racist comments, Hulk Hogan. I just want to ask you, what is your thoughts with all that racist remarks, and how close were you with Hulk Hogan at the time where you were competing in Tough Enough?
Yeah, so I had maybe 3 or 4 brief conversations with Hulk, like, hi, how you doing type thing. He gave me some advice after I was eliminated. He was nothing but nice to me and kind to me. So I can only judge Hulk based off of what I know of him. And he was a sweet guy. It's really unfortunate what happened, and I don't wish anything like this upon anybody, and I don't encourage this or in any way, shape, or form think it's right. But like I said, I can't judge him based off of, fictional information that I don't even know. It's hearsay. I don't really know what's true. I haven't really been reading a lot of the tabloids, but yeah, he definitely was nice in my greetings with him.
Yeah, I mean, I never met the guy. I don't know how he is, but if I ever had the chance to, even though with all this negativity around him, I will still shake his hand, because I feel like without him, I probably would not be a wrestling fan. I probably would not be doing this podcast or traveling around just to go to wrestling shows, because I feel like without him, I would not be doing all this. Because,
Yes.
the first thing I can remember watching wrestling when my dad and, by the way, he's going to turn 60 this weekend. Shout out to my dad. And my
Happy
uncle.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to my father. And my uncle was going crazy in the late 80s when he body slammed Andre the Giant like he did the impossible. You're like holy shit, no one, like, wow, that they made a huge thing without that moment. I don't know if I will ever be a wrestling fan. I'll probably just be, I don't know, just get into comics or something. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna pass it to Skits. Go ahead, man.
All right. I actually was looking at some videos. There was a challenge that you guys did a while back, and I just want to give you mad props. Because I remember there was a challenge when you guys had to go in the water where the alligators were. And I believe you left your belt inside the water, and Billy Gunn got pissed off. And after they went off air, you went under the water and got the belt. Mad props to that. I know I wouldn't have done that.
No, I didn't. Oh, my God, I can't even take credit for that. A scuba diver did.
Oh. But at least you were in the water, though. At least you were in the water.
Listen. I think if you look at the video on that episode, I was in the front of that pack. I was one of the first to get to the boat to get that belt. Had I not dropped it, now I'm not making an excuse because I totally dropped it and I totally screwed up. But had I not dropped that belt, I would have finished in the top, 3 percentile of that group. Having said that, there was also 3 people that didn't finish at all. I finished, I just didn't have a belt, which, like I said, there's no excuse for that.
So would you say that Billy Gunn was probably the toughest coach out of the 3?
No, actually. Booker T was definitely the tough one out of the group. Billy Gunn was he was like the dad. He was the one that was super passionate. He cared so much, and that's why he gets angry, because he cares. You know what I mean? Whereas Booker was kind of the hard one. Lita was kind of the mom. She had the sensitive side, and when our dads were yelling at us, Lita would be like, okay, relax.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like watching the show, I feel like, Billy Gunn was mostly going rough on Sarah Lee because, I guess because Sarah's more like a nice girl and all that. He wanted to see some toughness in her, and I feel like the reason why I'm not saying he's just picking on her. I'm just saying he just want to kind of motivate her to get her better. So that's why I feel like he's more hard on Sarah Lee than all the competitors.
Well, I think that we saw on social media in the past couple of days videos of him yelling at ZZ too, and I think he's hard on Sarah Lee and ZZ for the obvious reasons that they're the weakest. It's not just the shaping of the reality show. It's honestly true. When they get in the ring, they are the standout weakest, and in different ways. ZZ's the weakest, not in terms of technical, abilities, but in terms of cardio abilities. Whereas Sarah Lee seems to be the weakest in terms of technical in-ring skill, which she has copped to. And I think they're being hard on her for legitimate reasons. And at the same time, if someone's giving you that push, like Jericho was giving her that push when they did the promo challenge to step it up and to give some attitude, that's your chance. Give some attitude. They're letting you yell at them. Just take it,
Seemed like she was just laughing. If you really want to talk about the show, I'm like, what the hell's going on? I thought it was, honestly, now that you brought it up, I thought it was funny as hell watching it when Chris Jericho went off for her. I was crying over here laughing. But I want to get back to something that actually happened in the house. Mm-hmm. I forgot the girl's name because she left so early, but you went off with some chick on the
Diana.
show. Yeah, I forgot all about. I just know she was all about her boyfriend or her fiance. And you just went off for her. We definitely saw the devil come out.
Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my whole thing is it takes a lot to piss me off, but when you piss me off, you better back up. Buttons you just don't want to push, and one of those buttons is the fact that we competed against 11,000 people, 13 of us, which made it into the house, and one of us cares more about her fiance and getting married in a couple of months than she does about this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in front of her. And that, to me, is just straight up disrespectful. Like, I would do anything, for that opportunity. And I would do it all over again 1,000 times because it was the best experience of my life. So if you're not fully committed, if you really don't want to be here, please give up your spot because so many other people, are willing to take it. And people ask me if I'm mad that Chelsea got on. No, it's fair game. Diana left, didn't deserve to be there, and someone that did deserve to be there got the spot, and that's Chelsea.
Definitely. I'm going to let Tom go ahead because Tom is sitting back there, and I'm pretty sure he's got some questions.
Yeah, I'm enjoying all the smack talk in here. I love it.
I mean, shit, I would talk smack with her, too, because I'm a fan watching the show. Shit, I get pissed off, too.
My next question.
Go ahead.
My next question is obviously something that became pretty prevalent in social media, and I think to a lot of fans that watch wrestling and maybe just in general, was you coming out on Tough Enough when you were eliminated. Talk about your whole mindset going into that when you made the announcement, and talk a bit about what's been happening ever since you made that announcement.
Yeah, well, okay, so before I went on the show, I had a talk with my girlfriend. I was like, hey, if they ask me if I'm in a relationship or, if they, they put your status sometimes, like, on your profile, like, if they ask, what do you want me to say? And she's like, whatever you want to say, be honest. And I was like, okay. Never in a million years did I think that was going to happen on camera. I thought it maybe would just be like a side note, like something they write down on my resume thing, like Daria is lesbian, like something like that. Never did I think until 10 minutes before I walked out in front of Triple H and stuff. And the girl that went before me, they had asked her about her relationship history, and I was like, oh crap, like this is about to happen right now. So I walk out, and I'm getting kind of nervous at this point. And one of the WWE executives, Kristen, was like, are you in a relationship? And I think if you watch it on tape, they even show how long I paused, because I literally was like, holy crap, this is happening. And I kind of just said the truth, which was, yeah, I have a girlfriend, and kind of went through our story of how I met her and stuff like that. And Triple H started cracking up, and he was like, well, now you have it on video for the rest of your life. This is a pretty special moment. And I was like, yeah, I'm standing in a bikini in front of half of the WWE's most important people, telling the world that I'm gay. So, yeah, it was pretty much the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done, I think. But like I said, after doing that, I received, seriously, the most amazing reception from all social media, from my family, from my friends, because prior to that, literally maybe 5 people knew. So I got phone calls, emails, messages, but like I said, every single thing was positive. And, I had to thank the LGBT community for that, because I don't think I could have done it without them. It was a really scary moment. I kind of went to my Twitter after the episode aired, and it was blowing up. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to read these. And then I started hearing stories about people telling me that they came out to their mom and dad because they saw me come out on TV, and all these amazing stories. And I was like, wow, that was all worth it. That is why that happened.
Yeah, definitely. And I have to commend you because that's something I think really, really brave to do. And I feel like more, maybe in wrestling, but overall in general, more people are just coming out day by day, and it's something that people are beginning to feel more comfortable with. Do you think that that's becoming true in society, that now people are starting to get more comfortable with who they are and that they can just come out and not feel so judged?
Yeah, I think celebrities, a lot of YouTube personalities, anybody with a voice on a high platform that comes out changes the world every day. And I've become so sensitive to this topic because it really is a goal of mine to make acceptance in this world even a little bit better. I know I'm only one person, but if there's anything that I can do to just bring it one step closer to where we all want it to be, to an equal nation, I'll do whatever I can to do that. I've been really into the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing, and that's really been hitting home with me. And I know it's not the same thing, but something about the relationship between holding a secret of, your sexuality your whole life, it is similar to holding a secret of your gender your whole life too. It's both things are relatable in the sense that you're hiding part of yourself from the world because you're scared of whatever it is. And that's something that I will do anything. I'll go to the end of the earth to try and change, because we're all born different. We're all different people, and to get people to embrace their natural being, who they were born as and who they were born to be, is really something close to my heart, and really something that I hope I can do on a even bigger platform one day.
I think you will. I think you will. And like I said, I think it's just the bravery of what you did is going to inspire, I think, people for years to come. So I definitely commend you on that.
Thank you.
I was going to say, not just you also doing that. I got to give it up to Matt Cage, who also recently just basically made the announcement too. And I believe you guys both were like in the same interview. Like I saw like some interview, somebody interviewed you guys both about the same situation. So
there's Matt, something like that, and it's amazing. I mean, like I said, every day more and more people come out, and it's awesome to see. And ironically, 5 days after I came out, or like maybe a week, they announced that in all 50 states it's now legalized, same-sex marriage. Irony in all of this, and it kind of all happened for a reason.
Definitely. Oscar, did you want to go ahead and ask a question?
Yeah, I just want to say I am proud of you actually come out. You could come out earlier because, look what happened to Daria Young. He had tons of support when he announced that he was gay. And funny that after he announced, I took a picture of him a few weeks after, not caring if people make fun of me, and I'm just taking a picture with Daria Young. I don't care. But that was a good thing you had to come out. And, knowing someone that has 3 cousins that's gay in my family, that's I kind of, in a way, you could say support gay people, but, I do love my cousins, they decided they want to do that, that's all good, My next question I'd like to ask you, if the other opportunity, if the WWE opportunity never comes up, and you say you have other opportunities from like TNA, I guess Ring of Honor, what I'm seeing the last couple of days, it looks like they might start a women's division in Ring of Honor or Lucha Underground. Would any of those 3 companies you would like to end up working for?
I don't ever say no to anything, but I have a really gut feeling that I'll be in the WWE sooner rather than later.
Okay. I support the confidence. I mean, I just say in case if you never get the opportunity, if you have other opportunities somewhere else, you can take it. Like Lucha Underground, you have a lot of Tough Enough cast members in that roster. So,
I love pro wrestling, and I would never give up on it. So wherever my options are, I definitely have an open mind, but WWE is the number one goal, and I could see it happening.
Yeah, definitely. And then, I'm saying, I heard the rumors that Patrick was backstage in a Ring of Honor show last week, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, go ahead, Skitch.
Oh, I was gonna say, I believe that she'll be in NXT doing her thing. You got to keep believing, as Mr. Bo Dallas would say. He would say these words.
All you have to do is believe!
Come on, man. We have all these crazy sound bites. You just won't believe it.
I love it.
Had to play Bo Dallas.
I was going to ask you a question. I don't know why I just ran out of my mind after that. But, so can you share with us your moment with Seth Rollins when he basically came on the show before you guys, got ready for the entrance, the entrance contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we walk in this warehouse, and there he is, Seth Rollins, standing there waiting for us with his yellow Jeep. It was pretty freaking cool. He just came around and talked to us all and gave us advice on our costumes and kind of asked us what direction we were going in and gave us little guidance. He was very honest with his opinions, which was very helpful.
Yeah, Seth is definitely the man. Probably one of my favorite wrestlers for sure. But yeah, that contest, I don't know why they had that type of contest. I don't know why that contest was, that got you, kicked out. I don't know. I disagree, but maybe this.
Well, it was okay. So it was fair in the sense I could see where they were saying it was all over the place, but my whole thing was, okay, although it might have been unorganized, charisma and what a lot of the people did, you know what I mean? Because the whole thing is, I want to show them reality. I want to show them that I'm definitely that's like, the opposite. I love entertaining and performing. So I just wanted to basically show them that I wasn't afraid to do anything. I've done 2 bumps off the ropes and fell on the ground and came up and ran around the ring like a devil. Probably not the best idea, but I thought the second time when I did it on stage, I did a great. But by that point, I was already in the bottom 2 with the fan favorites, so it was kind of downhill from there.
I'm going to be honest with you. ZZ should have been gone a long time ago. Me as a fan. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people agree. I mean, it's you're basing your vote off of. I mean, do you want someone that's entertaining as athletic, walk around and be laughable? ZZ's the guy. Or do you want, maybe a total package like Josh or Renata, people that can talk well, people that can also perform well. Everyone has, I guess, their own opinions, stylistic preferences, so to speak. And, with that comes a lot of ZZ fans.
So let me ask you a question. Who's your pick for the ladies and who's your pick for the guys at this moment? What was that? Because I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Her phone's cutting off, bro.
Okay. I
hear you.
I'm going to tell you who I think should win, not who I think's going to win, because it's 2 different people. So I think Gigi should win for the girls, and I think Josh should win for the guys. Gigi, because she's by far the best in the ring, besides me, obviously. And she's by far the most charismatic and not afraid to get in front of a crowd and talk, be entertaining, and be charismatic. So definitely Gigi for the girls, and then for the guys, Josh, same thing. Josh has got that kind of natural swagger about him that you just can't deny.
Do you think Chelsea's going to give Gigi a run for her money when it gets close to the end?
Maybe. I mean, I know Chelsea's a sweetheart. I like Chelsea, and she has the wrestling experience. That's great. But I think this competition's more about finding the it factor. They can teach.
Right.
We're all really good athletes. You know what I mean? You could teach me how to play water polo. You could teach me how to play anything because I'm athletic. I'll learn fast. And I think that's what they see in all of us. So I don't think they're necessarily looking for the best wrestler at this point because it's new to all of us. But what I do think they're looking for is a look and the it factor. And if we're going by those standards, I think Gigi has that. And I think Amanda has it too. I think Amanda definitely has some of those aspects as well.
She's on fire this past week.
Yeah, I mean, girl's got to stick up for what she believes in. It's that East Coast thing, I'm telling you.
Tom, go. You have a question, bro?
Yeah, I wanted to switch a little bit from Tough Enough to MMA because obviously tomorrow, August 1st, UFC 190, big main event with Ronda Rousey going against Beth Correa, and you being an MMA fighter yourself, I wanted to get your full insight. Who do you think is going to win, and how many rounds do you think this is going to go?
Okay, now this is easy. So Ronda Rousey, Beth Correa. We all know the only reason this match is happening is because Beth Correa started the whole 4 horsewoman beatdown gimmick where she beat Jessamyn Duke, she beat Shayna Baszler. Now she somehow convinced the world as a marketing ploy that she can beat 3 out of 4 of the horsewomen, and that third being Ronda Rousey. She doesn't stand a chance. I think Beth Correa's biggest strengths are her power, her strength, and her endurance. But I think what she lacks that Ronda Rousey excels in is technicality and just precision. I think Beth Correa is more of like a brawler. She's kind of messy. She gets the job done because she's super, super tough. But she's not a technical fighter as much as Ronda, of course. Whereas Ronda Rousey, she has caught her boxing up to her judo to a point where her hands are just as lethal, if not more, than her judo. So I think Ronda's going to go with a TKO. I think she's going to beat some face in. It's going to be a ref stoppage. I'm going to go round 1, only because Ronda's talking this game. She wants to make Beth suffer for a couple rounds. But Mama Rousey said, hell no. If you do that, I will have a heart attack. And I think at the end of the day, Ronda and her mom have this kind of kinship, and I think she's going to listen to her mom and finish it quick.
Wow, that's actually really surprising because, you know, the way I'm looking at this fight is because I think that Correa, she's going to try and stay on her feet as much as she can, and I think Ronda's going to get her off of her feet as much as she can, get on the ground game, and then kind of finish her off, kind of like wear her down. So that's why I think it's going to go 3 rounds. But once the fight,
really, Tom.
I'm thinking it can go 3 rounds, maybe late second round. But another thing I wanted to know is, obviously, the one fight people want to see in women's MMA is Rousey versus Cyborg. Do you think it happens anytime soon?
No, absolutely not. I've interviewed Chris Cyborg multiple times. I've met her and trained alongside of her on a couple occasions. Chris Cyborg is too big to make 135. Now, if she makes it, don't come hunting me down. Maybe she can find a new workout regimen and lose some muscle mass and maybe one day make 135, but I really don't think it's a healthy or normal thing for her to do. And why would I get this argument like, you're the champ, you should go up, you should fight whoever's out there, but if I were, why does Ronda Rousey need to go up a weight class? You come down to the champ. The champ shouldn't have to go anywhere. Maybe a catch weight at 140, maybe. But even that, I think, is going to be tough for Cyborg. I see Cyborg having a hard time making 135.
And obviously, I think that's really the one fight where a lot of MMA fans say that's, you know, the one women's fight that we want to see. Do you think that there is another possibility of the one fight where people are going to say, I want to see Rousey versus...
No. I mean, yeah, you're going to have those. Like, they're going to build somebody else up, and they're going to hype somebody else up. And you're like, oh, this girl stands a chance against Ronda Rousey. But nobody will ever beat Ronda Rousey. I can tell you that right now. She's going to retire undefeated. And my prediction for Ronda Rousey is she's going to retire and go to the WWE. I think that's a very likely chance. Oh, yeah.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned her because Shayna, she's actually, I believe she's about to, she's just got booked for like a match with Quintessential Pro. It's an independent promotion, and she's going against cheerleader Melissa. So I don't think, so maybe all the girls are going into the wrestling business.
Well, they started the whole 4 horsewoman gimmick, obviously after the 4 horsemen. And Shayna, Marina, Jessamyn, and Ronda are huge wrestling fans, like huge. And I think
see like PWG all the time.
Yeah, we all see him at PWG all the time.
Yeah, they're obsessed. So I think that Vince McMahon loves Ronda Rousey. I mean, how could you not love someone whose persona is a woman butt kicker? You know, you put her in the WWE, I think it just brings a whole new demographic to it. You know, I think that would be great for both people.
Money. That's all I have to say.
And definitely a lot of money.
I have a question for you. I definitely just remember the question I wanted to ask you. Talk to us about the Afterbuzz, because I've seen you also do some interviews, right?
Yeah, I host a show on Afterbuzz TV. It's a company owned and produced by Maria Menounos, host of E! News. So yeah, I host the UFC show and the Ultimate Fighter shows, anything really MMA related, and I think I'm going to start doing some wrestling shows maybe over there. I was on their Tough Enough after show a couple times. So yeah, Afterbuzz is a really, really cool online podcast network that allows you to literally get updates on every single show or sports entertainment on television.
Well,
I told her this. I'm so sorry. I was sorry to cut you in, but I actually told her this when I met her at the Santino Academy that there's somebody that works for Afterbuzz. I always see him at PWG. I forgot the guy's name, but he's always over there all the time. Huh?
There's Rosenberg. There's the Hobo. There's a lot of guys from Afterbuzz. We have like Afterbuzz TV is probably most known for their WWE shows, believe it or not, because we have like a SmackDown show, we have a Raw show, NXT show, Tough Enough show. So we're definitely a huge wrestling community.
I can't believe you have Hobo on there, and Hobo's a wrestling championship from Hollywood. Like, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah. I see him all the time out there in championship wrestling in Hollywood. I believe you were there too for the Red Carpet Rumble, if I was not mistaken.
Yeah. I stopped by. A friend of mine is an MMA fighter that was on the card. Well, a couple friends of mine actually, and a couple people from Afterbuzz went. So I was like, I've never been to a pro wrestling show. I might as well check it out. And then last week I went to
Sorry, you got cut off again.
Oh, we lost her. She dropped. I'm gonna call her back.
Oh, she dropped? Well, call her back. Yeah. The people.
And Blog Talk Radio.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. Go on. You're up to the Championship Wrestling Hollywood part.
Yeah. So anyway, I went and checked out Red Carpet Rumble. A couple of my friends were there. It was super cool. I'd never been to a pro wrestling show. And then this past week I went to WWE LA live show, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there?
Pretty dope. Yeah, I actually worked at the Staples Center.
Oh, okay. How about that John Cena match?
Oh, that match was great. Him and Kevin Owens, they killed it.
Everyone was going crazy. It was like tables and chairs for days.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
And they have Hell in a Cell coming in October, too. So, speaking of wrestling shows, I want to throw some shows out that I think you should check out. You got to check out PWG when you have some free time. Okay. Another question. Says I know that you're working with Brian Kendrick. Is there a possibility maybe he'll throw you on one of his cards? Because you know how he has his shows, how the one where we met you?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'm quite ready yet. I think that whenever Brian says I'm ready, if he wants me to go on there and it's okay and it's not conflicting with anything WWE related, then I don't see why not. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, because I'm pretty sure me and Oscar will be there. We actually saw Brian at the last PWG show, and he invited us to the next show, so we're going to try to make it down there. So.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, his shows are really fun. It gives, the guys a chance before they step onto bigger stages to get their feet wet and really just test all their stuff out. So I think it's awesome that he does that.
Right, yeah. And Eli Everfly, that kid's going to be something else. Him coming out of the Santino's dojo, I see money in this dude. Like, he's one of the best that I've seen that came out of Santino's, for sure.
He is definitely a very talented kid.
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask my next question. I'm gonna go back to Ronda Rousey. I know there's a lot of rumors. I don't know how close you are with Dana White, but there's all these crazy rumors that possibly Ronda Rousey could be wrestling at WrestleMania. But I don't know how close you are with Dana White, but can you see him letting her wrestle at WrestleMania, if anything? Did she get cut off again?
No, she's there. I don't know. Daria?
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we hear you now. She got cut off again?
She's there. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yes, her phone keeps
Hold on. Hold on, folks. Just give us a sec. We'll try to get her back on. If you hear me, I'm going to call you right back, okay? Sorry, folks. We'll get her right back on.
Blog Talk Radio, clap, 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 clap.
I don't know if we're going to blame Blog Talk, but...
We can blame them.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Now we
hear you now.
Perfect now.
Okay, cool. Ronda Rousey was already at one WrestleMania. I don't know how much wrestling she actually did, but I think that as long as she doesn't have a big fight coming up, like in the near future, I don't see why he wouldn't let her.
Yeah, because I remember a couple of years ago that there was rumors that Brock Lesnar, well, at the time when he was in UFC, there was a rumor going on that Brock Lesnar was supposed to wrestle The Undertaker back in WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta, but Dana stopped it because he was afraid that, okay, he's a big money draw for UFC. He was afraid that it's possible he could get hurt during the match, and if he gets hurt, you know, that loses. He might be afraid that they might lose, you know, draws, money, and all that. You know, that's what I was thinking. Maybe because of Ronda.
I think they'll let her be at WrestleMania, like make an appearance of some sort, and maybe walk out with The Rock again and something like that. But I don't think they'll actually let her physically wrestle or do anything crazy. Yeah. Because if you get Ronda Rousey injured, you're like the demon. You know what I mean? Like that is UFC's pride and joy. So I definitely don't think she'll be doing anything too crazy.
Yeah, definitely. And I was actually shocked that the boxing rule let Mayweather get in the ring with the Big Show, and the Big Show's a big, huge dude, and you know, and he pulled it off, you know, and without coming out with no injury and anything. But that's what I was telling Skits right here. It ain't gonna happen because I kind of know Dana White. He ain't gonna. I feel like he's kind of a little stubborn, you know. Because he knows pro wrestling, and you know he could get hurt from that, and he doesn't want to take that risk of one of his top fighters getting injured in the WWE ring. So that's how I feel about Dana White. All right. I'm gonna go pass it to Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I actually wanted to keep going with some more MMA questions because I know you're into that so much. And I was looking at the 191 card, Demetrius Johnson taking on John Dodson for the flyweight title. And this is something that's been really interesting to me. Where do you see that fight going? Because I'm getting, half Johnson and half Dodson. So where do you see it going?
Yeah, I mean, Demetrius Johnson has proven himself time and time again, and it's a shame that he is the lightest of weight classes for guys because I feel like he gets the least amount of recognition for that reason in itself because I think he's pound for pound one of the most talented fighters in the UFC, if not the most. I think he's one of the most technical, and his speed is insane. I think Demetrius Johnson is almost on that level of Ronda Rousey-ness, where there's nobody in that weight class that's going to touch him. I don't see John Dodson holding up against him at all. I think it's going to be DJ all the way.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, and it's another interesting thing to me about MMA right now. Do you feel like maybe MMA, and you can include UFC in that, they're kind of in I don't want to say a dark stage, but a lot of cards getting switched around. You don't see as many hyped up main events as we've seen in years past. Do you feel like right now mixed martial arts is kind of at a stalemate period as far as maybe popularity and fighters go?
Well, I actually think that MMA is at its peak right now. I think it's growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and I think it's becoming so mainstream and popular right now because of people like Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor. I think the only thing that MMA needs, and speaking of the UFC specifically, is I think they need more characters. I think they need more Ronda Rouseys. I think they need more Conor McGregors. People that can talk the talk, but they can also walk the walk, so that people are buying tickets not only to see, amazing athleticism, but they get intrigued in the people themselves and the personalities. I think back in Pride days when MMA was kind of first coming to America and stuff, you had those characters. You had your Randy Couture's and your Brock Lesnar's and Chael Sonnen now, and you had those people that knew how to talk on the microphone and sell those tickets. So I think if people would take notes from people like Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey, we would have a lot more mainstream popularity, because I'm an MMA fan. I'm a true MMA fan. I could turn on any fight on any given day and enjoy it. Still enjoy what they're trying to do or whatever, because I enjoy mixed martial arts. Whereas a lot of casual fans and our mainstream people that market that we're trying to hit, they might not feel the same way. But if you put a picture of Ronda Rousey in a bikini on the front of ESPN magazine, and mom sees it and says, "Oh, we should watch her fight tonight," or however that transaction happens, I really think it brings MMA to that world that we never touched before.
And my last question I'll give to you is, what did you think of the Kimbo Slice Ken Shamrock Bellator match?
Oh my God, I don't even know what to say about that. Yeah, past due. I mean, I don't know what to say.
There's a lot of speculation, and I mean, a lot of people kind of dismiss this, but do you think it was fixed?
Do I think what?
Do you think the fight was fixed?
I don't know. It's so hard to say. I mean, Bellator usually does a pretty good job of sticking true to their promises and stuff like that, so who knows, maybe.
Very, very interesting, but on that insight. Skip, that's the match.
Yeah, this is my last question. So, Daria, question, what's next for you? What's next for you? What do you have planned coming up? What do you have, and where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so everything. I've been training. I quit my job when I got back from Tough Enough and kind of just gave myself the benefit of the doubt and said, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to give every hour of every day to training and to getting better. So what my life kind of looks like right now is half of the week is wrestling training and the other half of the week is MMA training. I do usually 2 training sessions a day. I'll do wrestling in the morning till like about 1 p.m. and then I'll go right to MMA training. So it's a pretty intense schedule, but it's just to get myself better, because I think that the more I hone in on my MMA skills, the more it's going to help me in my pro wrestling. And I think that they both kind of work with each other. So I'm just training, and utilizing all the contacts I got from this experience, and I'm just going to try my hardest to get to the WWE as soon as possible. So in 5 years, I would definitely say hitting the main roster.
All right. And I'm going to tell you like this. You will see me at one of the shows, and don't forget about me. Hopefully we see you before that, doing some more shows close out here.
I will
to the close around here.
Before then.
For sure. I'm going to let Oscar go ahead and ask his last question. Go ahead, Oscar.
All right, then my final question I'd like to ask you, okay, you said that you feel that you're going to be in WWE pretty soon. So if you do end up going to WWE, who is the first opponent you want to wrestle in the WWE roster? Doesn't matter, from NXT or the main roster, doesn't matter who.
I would probably Paige. I feel like Paige is one of the best physical wrestlers in the division, and I think she has one of the best characters in the division. I think she would be fun to go head-to-head with and kind of talk smack to. And I mean, I love Paige. I look up to Paige, and it was great getting to meet her on the show. But I think that we can make some pretty cool things happen in the ring.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Say you did sign in and you bring you as a heel, and then be like, remember me, bitch? You fucking didn't on me in. There you go. You know, that'd be sweet. That's a good storyline. They should hire me in the creative team right there.
There you go.
All right. Well, hopefully I get to see you soon in a future Brian Kendrick Pro Wrestling show, and I'll be supporting you no matter what you do in the future. So I hope I get to see you soon. All right.
Thank you so much for having me on, guys. You guys can follow me at Tough Daria on Twitter. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say first.
Yeah, we have one more time.
I was gonna. You already got it. I was gonna say you want to throw your Twitter out there and stuff, but it looks like you already got it.
Yeah, you guys can follow me at Tough Daria on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also coping a lot to keep in touch with you guys. Any questions or comments you have, feel free to tweet me. I do answer. And also, I'm going to do some contests, and I'm working on getting some Jersey Devil T-shirts made if you guys are interested. So definitely follow me on social media for all those updates.
All right.
Definitely. We appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you soon. Thanks,
guys. Bye.
All right, good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tough Daria from Tough Enough. Man, that was a fun interview.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a challenging interview for me because, like I said, this is probably the only time I interview somebody that I haven't seen in the ring. I don't want to count Tough Enough. It just feels like it's more training, but I have never interviewed someone who I've seen exactly in a wrestling match. So I feel like I pulled this one off, you know?
It was fun. It was definitely fun. Asking some, questions, from Tough Enough. It was fun talking some MMA stuff. I know I'm not as big as a UFC fan as you guys, but I try my best.
It's good. It's all good. But anyways,
Tom, your thoughts on the interview?
I mean, it was fun. It's always. I really can't think of an interview that we've done on here where it's been a negative interview or a boring interview. I can't really think of one that we've had. All our guests are always down to talk, no matter how long. If it's a half hour or an hour, it doesn't matter. They're always willing to come on and talk, and Daria was no exception. Very cool girl, definitely. Like I said, maybe it's better that she did get eliminated so she could work on her stuff while maybe some of the other girls, work on their hair instead. But I'm not firing any shot.
Let's take a quick break, and we got some pro wrestling gorilla talk. A lot of matches have been booked, and tickets went on Saturday.
We have a lot of talking about. Shit.
Oh yeah. We'll be right back to these messages, people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris Hero, and you are listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Drew Gulak, and you are listening to Wrestling Heads Podcast.
This is the Juice JT Dunn, and you're listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
This is King Ricochet, and you're listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
All you have to do is believe!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I believe you freaking played all of our sound bites.
Fucking Oscar. You gotta love this guy. Oh, man. Pro Wrestling Gorilla tickets went on Saturday night. The fucking internet broke tonight. All professional wrestling fans. Some of them are happy. Go ahead.
I know, and I gotta say, I got all 3 nights. I feel like this is like the easiest time I got a PWG ticket ever since. They've been selling out like crazy. But anybody that's listening that feel like, fuck, I didn't get a ticket, but I'm not gonna go. Don't fucking worry. Just get your ass to the venue. And you're going to get in no matter what. Just don't fuck. Because I see all these tweets and shit like, oh fuck, I can't go.
I'm not going. Yeah, like just chill, people.
Shit.
Like
Get
I
your
even
ass
told
in the
fucking
venue.
because our boy Matt, he got 2 nights. I only got one, motherfucker. One. But guess what? I'll be at all fucking shows. And I'm getting my fucking seat. And I don't give a fuck. I'm second row like a boss. I'm doing what I do. And let's put Matt on right now.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt?
Fucking Matt, grow some nuts, man. Don't feel bad. Dude, come on, man.
Quit talking your shit. What the fuck is
Matt,
weird?
Hey, why are you
going on?
throwing shots? There's so many.
What's going on,
I will say this. Listen, I love PWG, and I've never been in the Legion Hall, but I gotta say, PWG for the Bola shows or maybe the bigger shows. I mean, I know they have a special connection to the Legion Hall, but they got to start maybe looking for a bigger building for bigger shows because, I mean, there's so many fans that want to go see PWG, and they can only fit 500 people in there. PWG, without a doubt, could double or triple their attendance easily.
Our friend...
No, I
was
was going to
saying,
tell Tom that...
Go ahead.
No, I was going to tell Tom that I agree with Tom 100%. The problem is that I feel like the powers that be in PWG, like a Scavler, Dragon, or maybe even a Joey Ryan, don't want to move because they feel like they move to a bigger venue. The magic of the show, of the fans being part of the show, will not be there anymore. That's what I feel like. Like all these fans trying all these crazy shit going around. Imagine they're in a bigger venue. It won't feel the same. That's what they're afraid if they're removed.
I feel where Oscar's coming from. Like the guerrilla warfare match, it will not be the same if you were at a bigger
totally
venue.
Agree. The atmosphere that PWG puts in the air definitely wouldn't be the same if they went to another venue.
Yeah, like guerrilla warfare match.
I mean, I get that, but I'm also looking from the other perspective of the fan who wants to travel across the country or, from the Midwest or from wherever to go see PWG, and 9 times out of 10, he's not going to be able to make it because tickets sell out within 5 minutes.
Well, Tom,
yeah, like...
Just put it this way.
Like,
Tom,
hold on. Can you boy talk real quick?
Go ahead, kids, go.
Well, I was going to say, from what you were saying, like, the guerrilla warfare match would not be the same whatsoever. Like, we're so close to the guerrilla warfare match. We have to move. We're, like, a part of that match, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would definitely be different if they would move and, to a bigger venue. It just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, and Tom, like, don't ever worry. Like, say if you're going to come to the next PWG show, like, you're officially going to come, dude, and if tickets sold out, I would just say, Tom, just get your ass to California. We will get you in. I promise you. I will get you in.
Well, see, but that's me because I got the connections. But somebody else might not have.
Anybody.
Just like
even Matthew Grant would like to come to the next show after Bola. And if the same situation happened, I would just tell Matt.
If somebody wants to pay my
$800
flight out there,
go fuck yourself with your $800 flight.
Just like I was telling Matt, like, don't worry. I know you didn't get one of the days. Like, you have Oscar, and
I'm fucking pissed.
You're still gonna get in. Trust me. You have me, you have Oscar, and we have other friends that they will hold a spot in line for us. Like we have friends there, so it's not like
we have a family in the line, bro. You be like, God damn, motherfuckers.
Yeah, like everybody's just like family out like at PWG, so you'll be good. Just like I told my boy Mark,
especially Skits because he's always over there every PWG show. I'm guessing he's there every time at 2:00 our time, so he's there for like almost 12 hours over there. So, I mean, if I had the days off on Friday, I would have done the same thing. But fortunately, Skits
to be honest with
is
you,
always over there. People knows who he is. That's how it is.
All I have to say is Matt is lucky as fuck that he at least got 2. My boy Mark said 2 of his friends from the UK that was coming didn't get 9, 1 ticket. So, I mean, 9 tickets. So, it's not like, you know.
We have a family in the line, bro. You be like, God damn, motherfuckers.
So, it's not like, you know, we have to be fine.
You know?
So, That's all I have to say. But let's talk about PWG itself.
I wish I knew how the system worked, because honestly, I would have had seats that just, like, I had to remove seats, and it was just a pain in the ass.
Let's talk about PWG itself, though. Let's talk about the matches that have been booked. Let's start with night one, shall we? We have Aerostar. Aerostar from Lucha Underground AAA. He will be going one-on-one with somebody that I'm pretty sure he's very familiar with, Brian Cage. Two Lucha guys going at it at a PWG event at Bola at a first-round match.
Well, two guys from Lucha Underground going at it. This could be very interesting. Just Brian Cage, fucking big dude, doesn't mean he can fly around the ring. We've seen him does the 619 and some crazy ass maneuvers, not only in PWG but everywhere else. I even saw him jump off the ring in AAA. But surprisingly, Brian Cage could wrestle a Lucha style. So don't think for a second because Aerostar's a high flyer and Brian Cage is a big dude. He's probably slow. No. Don't think that way. It's gonna be a very interesting match. Expect a lucha libre type match. Even though Brian Cage is a big muscle motherfucker, don't that confuse you. It's gonna be a great lucha match.
Yeah, and it's something different. It's something because I think most people would expect, PWG would put the little guys with the little guys and the big guys with the big guys, but no, this is definitely one of the more interesting lopsided matchups. But it's going to be great either way because like Oscar said, these guys know each other, so it should be great either way.
Yeah, speaking from experience, seeing somebody like Brian Cage work Justin Gabriel at Dusty World Wrestling a couple months back, this match will be kind of similar to that in the sense that it'll just be Aerostar trying to work around the size and strength of Brian Cage and trying to be the quicker one in the match. So I think it'll be a good match.
Definitely, dude. Just like you guys said, if Brian Cage wants to go all out a match, he'll go all out. And with it being Bola, he's for sure going to go all out. The dude, just like Oscar said, he could pull a 619 out if he wanted to. He can even do some leaps over the top of the rope if he wanted to. He's maybe I wouldn't say like another Michael Elgin, but he's a bigger dude that has agility that would do some type of shit that Elgin would do. So, but look out for that matchup, people. If you're buying the DVD, that's one match you might want to look out for. Also at PWG Bola Night 1, folks, we have Biff Busick, round 1, going against Andrew Everett.
Yeah, it's going to be another kind of one of those Brian Cage Aerostar matchups where Biff, if he wants to, he can go over the top rope, but he's going to rely on his striking and his technical abilities, while Andrew Everett's going to fly all over the ring. But it should be interesting, and I'm a little nervous for Andrew Everett, not just for this night, because if he makes it, then he might die on night 2. But like I said, who knows? Who knows if he'll even make it to night 2? Because if he goes off that top rope and gets caught with one of Biff's uppercuts, he might not make it to night 2.
Yeah, same thing what Tom said. Biff Busick is gonna hit this guy hard. Trust me. I could see a lot of outside ring physicality. They could be out of the ring a lot. I don't see Biff Busick doing a lot of high flying a lot, but I could see Andrew Everett doing most of the stuff. But at the end of the day, if I had to predict early, Biff Busick will win this match. But just like you say, if somehow he continues on, and Andrew Everett continues on from punishing from Biff Busick, I don't know how he's going to last the rest of the tournament.
Definitely. Matt, did you want to say something about that match, or?
I'm just looking forward to it, man. Two of independent wrestling's best athletes, going into it in one match for the first round of Battle of Los Angeles. It's going to be a good one.
Definitely do it. Let's go into the next matchup. Mark Andrews makes his PWG debut, going against somebody else making their PWG debut. Somebody I am excited to see, Will Ospreay. These two have a lot, these guys basically know each other well, from wrestling out there in the UK area. From basically wrestling, at different promotions like Progress Wrestling or whatnot. But I'm just excited to see these dudes, just show off in front of the PWG crowd.
All right. This match is going to be pretty good. I feel like it's a Progress match in the PWG ring, but I mean, what worries me about this is that Andrews is a TNA guy, and I don't know.
When's the last time Andrews done a TNA match? Just asking, because I don't watch TNA, so I'm just asking.
Yeah, he mostly does a lot of X Division match, but the thing is though is that what scares me is that TNA could pull these guys off like that in a heartbeat. So that's what I'm scared of. And here's the report.
TNA's not running for the next little while. You have no worries about that, man.
Yeah, because we heard all these reports about TNA, like, okay, why Bully Ray just quit because due to the fact that it's like a weird little contract they signed that whenever you come to TNA, if you have an independent book, whatever, you have to cancel it if TNA has something that day. And I guess Bully Ray didn't want that, so that's why he quit. So that's if you're saying that TNA gonna not do nothing for a while, then we're gonna see a good match between Andrews and Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I mean, two of the UK's finest in there. Will Ospreay, the brand new Progress champion, taking it away from Mr. Jimmy Havoc, which got a lot of good reception. So it should be great, and we can't wait for a lot of people to see what the UK guys can do, because I feel like when we're talking about international talent, I think people tend to just talk about the Japanese people, and the UK kind of gets overlooked a lot of the time. So I think this is going to be a good eye-opener for a lot of new fans.
Definitely. I'm just excited to see Will Ospreay for sure. Like, the kid is amazing. That's all I'm saying. He reminds me of Ricochet.
To Jeffrey.
Thanks to Jeffrey. Stop it.
Will Ospreay.
Jeffrey mentioned him, but I didn't know who he was until I actually watched it. So, shout out to him, by the way.
Put you onto it. You got to give him a shout out, man. But
he kind of put me on him.
Manders and Will Ospreay should be a really, really good match to start. I've seen a little bit of Ospreay's work. You sent me a couple matches. I've seen a couple of my own. Manders, I've seen his stuff in TNA and outside TNA, and he's a great talent. Two great UK talents to be a part of this Battle of Los Angeles tournament, and I'm excited.
Definitely. Next matchup, two Lucha Underground guys, Drago and Pentagon fucking Jr. All I have to say, bro, when you see Pentagon Jr., you're going to lose your mind. Straight up. Pentagon Jr. is that fucking guy. His fucking package pop is ridiculous. Not saying it's better than Kevin Steen's, but it's ridiculous. That's all to say.
I think it is better
Jr.
than Kevin Steen. I think it's better than Kevin Steen because you pick him up, you run, and then he slams you with that move. I think it's better than Kevin Steen's. I mean, I feel like the way he did it feels like more dangerous than Kevin Steen. So when he bought the line, I feel like Pentagon's gonna break your fucking neck. Wondering how Kevin Steen's gonna break his moves, opponent's neck. But I just feel like Pentagon's is way better than Steen. But about this match, it's gonna be another great match between the two. I believe those guys worked at AAA. But in the PWG type match, when everything goes all out, I feel like those guys are gonna kill it out there. There's It's going to be great. I don't know how to explain it, but I know that, they're going to be working their ass off for this match. They've probably done a lot of work in Crash Wrestling in Tijuana. I need to check out those shows out there, by the way. I heard it's pretty good. People recommend me to check it out. But, yeah, it's going to be a great match by two luchadors who are very familiar with each other. I know they have worked with each other in the past. And expect a lot of high flying and Pentagon doing some hard, crazy-ass moves on Drago. And yes, Skits, he speaks English. You can ask him, can I take a picture?
I mean, it's going to be a crazy match, and it's going to be so surreal to see two AAA talents and two Lucha Underground talents in PWG. It's something where it's, when you're watching Lucha Underground, it's, more of a TV show, but then when you're watching PWG, you feel like you're there, as opposed to when Lucha Underground kind of makes it more like TV showish, which is what they're doing. But it should be great. I hope Pentagon Jr. breaks some arms. I hope Drago spits some myths. It should be a fantastic match.
Matthew?
What match?
Drago versus Pentagon Jr.
I haven't seen either talent before. I'm really excited to see their work. I've heard a lot of good things about Pentagon Jr. I've heard he's one of the best things going in wrestling today. So that's something I'm super excited to experience firsthand at Bola. Probably one of the main selling points for me, honestly, to the Bola tournament. So should be a fantastic match.
Definitely. Real quick before we go to the next match, I want to say one thing.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Meek Mills is getting shitted on all over social media right now. Anyways, back to your regular scheduled program.
What is wrong with this Undertaker beat? Sit in the corner.
Yo, Meek is getting right now, so I don't know if you've seen, there's more memes out there. For those who don't know what's going on, Meek Mills and Drake beef right now is getting crazy. And
who gives a fuck? They both fucking suck dick. They wish they were fucking Big L and Tupac and Biggie. They both suck each other's fucking cock. Let's move on.
Shit.
Yes, Tom, yes.
God, I'm so sick of hearing about it. Let's keep going with the PWG. Let's keep going with the good stuff.
Yes, let's just
back
talk
to your
about pussy shit.
Back to your regular scheduled program, folks. Now, this match is going to be a straight high spot type of match. Your straight high spots. Spots at the spots. Matt Sydal going against Phoenix. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I mean, I was wishing this whole tournament, first round, we see different type of opponents or international guys, like some from UK against someone from Mexico. This is different. I don't believe these two guys have worked in the ring before, but Matt Sydal versus Phoenix is going to be very interesting to see. I see a lot of high-flying moves on this. Matt Sydal could possibly do some lucha type skills. But we all know how Phoenix could work in lucha. We saw him do some crazy shit, and he does the same thing in AAA. He's the same guy you see in Lucha Underground doing crazy ass moves like you've never seen before. I feel like what PWG is gonna do something that we never seen before, and this match could be a match of the night type thing.
Yeah, I mean, two of the best high flyers probably in the world today. You have the young Phoenix going against, the veteran talent like Matt Sydal, who hasn't lost a step. So it's gonna be great to see how well these two mesh with each other. It's just gonna be a treat, I think, for everybody to see. And I think for this match, everybody in Reseda needs to be paying attention. No looking at your phone, because you look away for 1 second and you can have somebody jumping off the top rope, going over the top rope right into your lap.
Yo. Matt, you have a comment on this match?
I'm really looking forward to this. Like you said, it's going to be a spot fest match, and it's going to be a good one.
Definitely. This match is going to be a crazy one. You got Marty Scurll, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tommy End team up as they go against Mount Rushmore 2.0, Roderick Strong, the Young Bucks. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be really crazy to see what's going down and to see how the future. This match is going to be good, no matter what. I'm sure, Roderick Strong has worked with all these guys in the past from Progress and all that stuff. And add the Young Bucks in there, it's going to be interesting. They should put this match the main event for night one.
Yeah, I think it would be. It's going to be great. It's a bunch of it's something kind of new that we're going to see. The team of Sabre Jr., Tommy End, and Marty Scurll going against high flying.
It's like the All Stars.
Yeah,
it's like the All Stars of the fucking UK.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, and it's a whole different mesh of styles because we have a technical guy like Zack Sabre Jr., hard-hitting Tommy End, and it's kind of the more high-flying guy in Marty Scurll, but he can do much more than just that. He is, I think, very well-rounded. So it should be a fantastic six-man tag. It's going to be nuts.
I think outside of the guerrilla warfare match and a couple of the singles matches that are planned, I think this is going to be one of the matches of the tournament, to be honest, or the shows, I should say, not really the tournament. I think this match is going to be fucking fantastic.
Definitely, dude. I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. Should be awesome. Another awesome match is going to be happening. This is going to be another fest right here. Angelico and Jack Evans, my boys, going against my other boys. Inner City Machine Guns. My boy Rich Swann and Ricochet. This shit's going to be nuts. Another one. Thank you, PWG.
Yep, this is going to be a crazy-ass match too. We know how Angelico and Jack Evans, and what a response they had when they were there last Friday night. I mean, they killed it out there, and they gave them the main event spot against the Young Bucks. That's fucking crazy. But them against Inner City, holy shit. I mean, Ricochet, Angelico, they're going to be doing crazy ass spots. Jack Evans and Rich Swann, man, this is going to be fucking insane.
This is going to be Spot Fest City. I mean, it is going to be fast-paced. Each guy is going to tear the house down. It is going to be insane. I think this is like a match that if we were fantasy booking 6 months ago, we would be like, oh man, that would be a dream match to see these two teams go at it. But it's probably not going to happen. And look where we are now, and it's going to happen. It's going to be absolutely out of this world, man.
Definitely.
This is going to be an awesome match. I'm super excited for it, man. Tag team wrestling is something I'm very, very appreciative of. I know these four guys aren't necessarily tag teams, but those two teams are going to go out there and just tear it up. It's going to be a fantastic match. I
actually
can't see a bad match on these cards, to be honest.
Actually, Ricochet and Rich Swann are a regular tag team at PWG. They tag up a lot.
Tell me to sit in the corner. Just tell me to do it now.
Well, to defend you, they haven't teamed together in a while, and they're kind of on and off. I would say
last time they teamed up was at DDT4.
Well, they do more singles than tag teams. I'll say that.
I'd agree with that.
So they're kind of on and off, but you know that if there's a tag team match, they're probably going to be teaming together. So.
Definitely, man. So that's PWG Night 1. Bola. I'm gonna keep 100 with everybody. Skits will not be front row Night 1. I ain't got fucked. It's all good though. I will still be in the house. Night 2. Okay. You ready for this, people? Because it just gets better.
Yeah.
Marty Scurll versus Rich Swann. Round 1 matchup.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Marty Scurll. I mean, I wish I would give out an explanation on what kind of match it's going to be. I already know how Rich Swann's going to do, but, I mean, I got to get on my British stuff, but, this could be a good match. I mean, I wish I could explain, like, how it's going to happen, but looking forward to this match.
Yeah, it should be another great match here on the card. Two guys that I don't think have ever squared off before going at it. Should be interesting to see what they can come up with. It's gonna be like Matt said. There's nothing bad or boring on these cards. It's insane.
Matt?
Dude, no words. I'm just super excited for this.
Yeah, me myself, I just want to see what Marty Scurll is going to deliver at PWG. I already know what Swan
It's
does.
going to be very interesting to see these two on the opposite sides of the ring. Obviously, the two styles are very similar in the sense of kind of being like both party guys. I'm excited to see how the crowd reacts to it, too.
So are we going to see Scurll dance after the match? That is a question. We'll find out. This matchup. This matchup next, we actually seen these guys go at it plenty of times. They actually wrestled in PWG before, and they also wrestled in Evolve plenty of times around the world. Chris Hero going against Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah. Did we saw this match at Evolve at WrestleMania week?
No, we didn't. I think maybe we saw Evolve and PWG.
No,
you
guys.
Sure.
This was the Super Show match. You guys didn't see this.
Oh yeah. The match
but it happened that weekend. Yeah, it happened that weekend, but it happened the night Timothy Thatcher made his debut at Mission Vortex. Chris Hero versus Timothy Thatcher, I believe, happened. Or no, I'm pissed. No, you know what? I'm wrong. That was Zack Sabre Jr. versus Chris Hero. I fucked up almost.
Yeah.
But they definitely know each other.
Yeah, they do know each other. Especially in Evolve, in Evolve times. But now they're gonna bring their shit in PWG. I expect a lot of technical matches. Chris Hero's been having an awesome year. So has Timothy Thatcher. I mean, they're familiar. They're so familiar already, and let's just see what they could do in the PWG ring.
Yeah, should be a great technical matchup. Thatcher made a hell of a PWG debut going against Busick. This is going to be another great matchup. They're going to kick and punch the shit out of each other. It's going to be great, and like I said, it's something different. I think we're seeing a lot of high flyers in this. So when you add in guys like Busick and Hero and Thatcher, you're getting a lot more of that technical aspect, and a lot of the strong style that we see in New Japan a lot. So it's going to be something to kind of freshen things up.
I'm a big fan of both Thatcher and Hero right now. I see Hero a lot, obviously, Smash Wrestling to put that over. I've seen a bit of Thatcher's work, obviously, since him becoming the DG USA Open the Freedom Gate and Involved champions a couple months back, or a couple weeks back, I should say, not really that far back. But really excited for this big match. Hero and Thatcher, like you guys said already several times in the past, but this is where all the marbles are on the line, and it's going to be a good one.
Definitely. Another matchup that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of spots going on. Angelico going against Jack Evans, tag team partners going at it. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, this is a match, like a Lucha Underground Dream match is going to happen in PWG, because I was hearing this during the Lion and Lucha, that just imagine these two guys getting on in the Lucha Underground ring, because there are tag team partners in AAA. But Lucha Underground's a different world. now those two guys are going to get on each other. Interesting. And anybody's listening from the Lucha Underground people out there, I mean, if you guys were talking about this match, then get your ass to Reseda, and then you can see that match. You don't have to wait till Lucha's second season.
It might happen again in Lucha, on Lucha's second season also. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, should be interesting to see how these guys mesh together as opponents as opposed to partners. You know, they know each other so well, so it should be another crazy matchup. And it's going to be interesting to see who actually is going to go over on this one, because this is going to be, I think, one of the toughest matches to predict because both these guys are so equal. So this is definitely going to be one of the toughest matches to kind of predict who's going to come out on top.
I'm personally excited for this match as well. Again, I kind of talked about it before, how I hadn't really seen both men. Well, I've seen Evans, but it's been a while. You can talk about his work. You can talk about Helico's work. I'm really excited for this singles match, and I agree with Tom. It's going to be one of the harder matches to predict for the opening round of the Battle of Los Angeles tournament.
Definitely. Next one, we have Tommy End going against Drew Goodlock. I think these guys are going to match well. Also, of course, you know, you got Tommy Yen, you know, with his hard kicks, and you got Drew Goodlock, one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. These two, they definitely should have a great match. If I had to pick a favorite right now, I'll probably say Tommy Yen. I love you, Drew, but it looks like Tommy might get the fave on this one.
Yeah, Tommy Yen, what a great year in the way, like, he exposed himself more to a lot of new fans. I mean, he's been killing Evolve. He did pretty good in his first PWG show, and I'm happy he's coming back. Him and Drew are they're gonna have a good match. I mean, it's gonna be like seeing another Drew Gulak Busick match. I compare Tommy and like Biff Busick. He's a hard hitter. He could get technical too. I see the comparison in both, so that's what kind of match. If you guys seen a Biff Busick and Drew Gulak match, you're gonna see another one, Tommy and Drew Gulak.
I will seriously sit here and go on record to say one of my favorite matches from the AEW shows I've been to was Tommy End against Tommaso Ciampa, and I think this match is going to be kind of the same in that sense with the Gulak and End match. I'm really excited for this. I think Tommy End's one of the best. I see Drew Gulak quite a bit at Smash Wrestling. Again, another plug for them, and he's one of the best as well. This is going to be a fantastic opening round matchup. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but man, just a fantastic opening round all around.
Yeah, another great, I would say, technical striking-based match. A lot of match-based offense from Gulak. Could be these two are good out of each other, and it's going to be great.
Definitely. Next match, your boy Speedball Mike Bailey making his Bola debut, going against Drew Galloway.
I guess I'll kind of comment first.
And another way, Galloway is also making his debut too.
Yeah, I'll comment on this and say that Bailey's the only Canadian involved in this Battle of Los Angeles tournament, so I guess it's safe to say who I'm pulling for. No, I'm super excited for this match. I think Bailey is one of the most unique guys on the independent scene. He's got something different about him, and I think that's why he stands out so much in PWG. And I think he's going to mesh very, very well going on into the first round. It's going to be a good match. Having Drew Galloway, too. Galloway's one of the best independent wrestlers on the scene right now. Held a bunch of gold before dropping the Dragon Gate USA. It opened the Freedom Gate and Evolve titles. So I think these two names are going to mesh very, very well. I wonder if TNA has anything to do with the finish, though. That's the only thing I'm a little worried about.
We will find out. That is something that we all have question marks of.
Yeah. It's definitely. Sorry. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how these two guys mesh. I absolutely love the description of Mike Bailey that's used by a couple people and it's that he looks like his mom just dropped him off for karate practice, but then you see him in the ring and he's an animal. Guy is on top of his game, and Drew Galloway as well. They're both doing great stuff in different aspects, and the sense that Drew Galloway is the older veteran who can show that he's still at his peak, and then you have Mike Bailey, the up-and-comer, showing that he belongs here. So, very interesting matchup here. I like the differences in their styles. It adds for something kind of unpredictable. So, another great matchup incoming.
Okay. I don't think Oscar has anything to say, so I'm just going to go to the next match. We got Aerostar.
Go ahead.
I
was going to say something, man. Well, that's funny that Matt mentioned that Mike Bailey is the only Canadian there. Well, Drew Galloway is the only Irish guy in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken. Even the match, Mike Bailey been killing it in PWG since his freaking debut. I'm interested what Drew Galloway could do in the PWG ring. I remember about a year ago, he told me and Skip he wants to get in PWG. Now he's in. I don't know how these guys worked together before, but I'm pretty sure Mike Bailey will do something to make him look good in this match. I never thought Drew Galloway would get in the PWG ring. I never put that on my mind, like, oh, he should be in there. But interested to see what he could do in the PWG ring. Now, go ahead, Skip.
All right, definitely. Next matchup is the tag team non-tournament matchup. You got Aerostar and Phoenix going against Drago and Pentagon Jr. Another fun matchup that should be happening. Of course, you know, Lucha Libre guys, like, they're always fun to watch. Who knows what the fuck these guys are doing. And for those that actually watch Lucha Underground, Aerostar and Drago, they had a series, basically a series of the best of a certain amount of matches. So these guys, they have history. Like, I wish those two actually had a match, like a one-on-one matchup at Bola in a tournament. That would have been fucking very interesting. And hopefully, you know, these guys can show back up to PWG too. I would love it. You know, let's get that what we saw on Lucha, because these two had a little feud in Lucha, which was fun. And them on the opposite sides of this tag team is gonna be fun too.
Yeah, I mean, all four of the competitors in this tag team match is going to be great. Another Lucha Libre type match. High flying, everything. Me and Matt and kids are going to be getting our asses up, out of the way, because they're going to be doing some crazy shit. Hopefully Matt doesn't get hurt. And, yeah, it's going to be, it's almost like a real warfare match, but you better get your ass up, because Spectagon and those guys are going to be all over your face. I'll tell you that right now. If you're going to be up, I mean, and final weekend of August.
I mean, it's gonna be nuts. I keep saying it. I keep saying the same things over and over, just like Matt said. But it's unbelievable how many great matches are on these cards. It's mind blowing at this point.
Yeah, I'm just absolutely ridiculous. Just these cards in general, man. If anybody's complaining about the ticket price for PWG or whatever the case may be, you guys are all fucking idiots. These cards give you that and more of the ticket price, in my opinion.
And it's funny because people are complaining about the ticket prices when I don't want to get into something completely different, but Ring of Honor charges more than PWG, but I would pay more for PWG than Ring of Honor.
I totally agree.
You know, I just want to throw this out here. I only have one night, people, at PWG Bola, but I don't give a damn. I'm still throwing my money at PWG, general admission or not. I'm in that motherfucker.
We're going to turn the fuck up, man. It is going to be a sick with the Elite
Hold on.
podcast.
So let me I have a question. Saturday is the 29th. Oh, that's awesome. I got furlough on my birthday. That's all that fucking matters. That's all that fucking matters right now. I'm happy as bitch now.
Wait, I thought you said you only had front row for night 1.
No, night 2.
You said night 1 to me.
I thought I said night 2. You might want to go look back, bro. Ricochet, Zack Sabre Jr. Ricochet and Zack Sabre Jr. This is going to be awesome. 2 of the best wrestlers in the fucking world.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be nuts. It is going to be absolutely batshit insane. This could easily be the best match of the tournament. Like I said, 2 of the best wrestlers in the world at the top of their game, doing some of the best stuff in wrestling. It is absolutely fucking insane what these 2 could probably pull out in this match.
Yeah, I mean, these 2, I mean, they're 2 different style types of wrestlers. I see Zack Sabre is a technical guy. Ricochet's a high flyer. I don't see him do that much technical stuff. I mean see what he's going to do. I mean, you see Zack Sabre get outside of the ring and Ricochet does some crazy shit? Yeah, possibly. You don't see that much from Zack Sabre Jr. Will you see all these crazy submissions on Ricochet? Yeah, it's gonna be very different. This is something different, and interesting to see what they both could do in this match. It'd be interesting. We have to wait and see.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely excited for it. Like, everybody knows I'm a big Zack Sabre Jr. fan. It's probably not gonna be hard for me to choose what T-shirt I'm wearing that night. So I'll be wearing a Zack Sabre Jr. T-shirt that night. Who knows? Maybe night 1. Who knows? But I'm wearing one that weekend. So I'm just, and everybody knows I'm a big Ricochet fan too. So it's like 2 of my favorite wrestlers going at it. So this is like a dream fucking match for me. So, let's go on to the next matchup. Probably the main event. Of course, it's the main event, people. You got my boy Biff Busick. I want to say I'm one of the wrestling fans that pushed this match to happen, but I wanted to be a one-on-one, but this happened. We got this. I'm fine with that. I actually wanted to see Biff Busick versus Super Dragon in the Guerrilla Warfare match, but I'll take this shit. We got Biff Busick. You got Everett, and you got Trevor Lee going against Super Dragon and the fucking Young Bucks. The Bucks took the tag team titles against from Everett and Lee. They're going back for their payback. This is going to be some awesome shit, people.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be awesome. Real for a match, we're going to see Super Dragon back in the ring, and since when? It'd be interesting, you know, with freaking Super Dragon's history of medical injuries and all that, and he's going to be in a guerrilla warfare ring. I mean, match, wow. Interesting.
Like a
but
boss.
We all know what, Young Bucks could do in a guerrilla warfare match. We saw that last year against the Will's Q's tag team. Are we going to see that Spike shoe again? We'll see. Trevor Lee, killing it lately. We've been hearing a lot of buzz about him in the last couple of days. Andrew Everett, we all know he's going to be flying all over the damn place. It's going to be a fucking crazy-ass match. We're all going to be setting up this whole match. Fuck it.
Nobody says down guerrilla warfare matches. You said down guerrilla warfare match, you're an idiot.
I said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it until Bola is over. Somebody's going to die in this match. We are going to see somebody dead by the end of this matchup. That is how insane it is going to be. But on a side note, before we get back to the match, Spitz, you missed the match from night 1. Trevor Lee taking on Trent in the first-round matchup.
My bad.
Just saying.
It's going to be good to have Trent back. Looking forward to see, Trent back, in the PWG venue. Him going against Trevor, Trevor's probably one of the number 1 favorites to win, but who knows at the moment. I know I'm going to share my thoughts on who I think is going to win when we get close.
Yeah, that's if Trevor Lee can make it to the final night. He might wind up dead, just like I said. But this is where it's great to see Super Dragon back. in Guerrilla Warfare matches is where he shines the most. He's going to stomp people. He's going to hit people. He's probably going to bloody some people up. He's going to do some crazy shit, and I cannot wait to see it.
Can I point something out? No Joey Ryan and no Candice LeRae booked for neither night 1 or 2.
Yeah, that is very, very interesting. I know something else I want to throw in. Johnny Gargano as well is another guy that's not even on any of these cards.
Well,
but,
wherever Candice goes, Johnny goes. Wherever, you know how it goes.
It's independent wrestling rule number 1. If you're booking somebody, you got to book their significant other. Come on.
Who started that? Oh, JT Dunn. JT Dunn started that with Kimberly.
Dude, it happened way before fucking JT Dunn and Kimberly. I'm sorry, but this is a story for a different time. Trevor Lee and Tommy End are my picks to win Bola, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. And I will say, rest in peace, Dustin. We're going to miss Dustin.
What was that?
I said rest in peace to Dustin because we were talking about Trent.
Hashtag Dustin checked out.
That's interesting that you mentioned the whole Joey Ryan and Candice thing because I didn't think of that until you just mentioned it. Like, I was like, man, if you look like somebody's missing from this tournament, no Gargano, no Joey Ryan, no Candice.
What's going to happen night 3? Was Super Dragon Russell night 3? That's the question.
And it's also weird because usually PWG would book some tag teams to come in, for the non-tournament matches. So no Beaver Boys, obviously no Team Tremendous because of what's going on with Bill Carr breaking his foot. But it's still insane, and they're all probably going to be back once Bowl is up.
Screw Rich Swann. I call for Ethan Page and Ricochet to reunite the Nation of Domination 2.0.
Oh, shit.
That's terrible.
I want to throw something out there before we go off air. Roddy fucking Strong re-signs with Ring of Honor. A lot of folks, they basically saw him tweet out to Gabe saying that he's done with Evolve. But also, he tweeted these exact words, folks. And I'm going to use my Michael Cole voice. And I quote, "Oh, official PWG nerds. I'm not going anywhere for a long time. Hashtag Mount Rushmore 2.0. Champ strong. Hashtag PWG World Champion." Me and Matt are 50-50 with it. We don't think he's going anywhere. And I know how Oscar's feeling. Oscar thinks he's pulling people's legs. And I don't know how Tom's feeling about this.
Well, the reason why I don't buy it is because it doesn't make sense because you signed with Ring of Honor. You told Gabe you ain't going to be no longer doing the show. And
Matt told me something interesting before we came on air. He was supposed to finish up with them before he even signed.
Regardless of what happened with Ring of Honor, he was supposed to finish up with Gabe. So that's not really something that plays into this situation. I know another big thing for Gabe right now with him having dropped Galloway and Strong is he was hoping to possibly get that WWE deal rolling, and that didn't turn out well for him. Apparently that talks have died down, and there's nothing really going on there. So I don't know if this is going to work out for Gabe. I know we're kind of switching the topic here, but losing Galloway and Strong was probably not one of his smartest moves. That's basically where I was going.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Roderick Strong, like, for example, if he could continue on doing PWG shows, I mean, do you see, like, that's not fair for guys like Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and
Well, apparently there's a difference in the deals that those guys have compared to Roddy. Apparently Roddy's is just like a normal Ring of Honor deal. There's no exclusivity to it, so I think we may be okay on the Roderick Strong sense by the looks of it.
All right, if that's the case, I mean, what about guys like Adam Cole and them who might want to return to PWG, but they still can't. So, but they keep the Honor.
Like I said, it's two completely different contracts, so I don't think there's really anything that could be done.
I know. But I'm saying, like, what if Adam Cole and Conrad want that kind of contract? You know?
No, well, it's less. The contracts that Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and, like, the Briscoe brothers, because they probably all get the same exclusive contracts, that's more money. The type of deal that Roddy's getting is less money. But he could probably go out and only work certain shows, but he's probably making less Ring of Honor money than Adam Cole and the Briscoes and those guys. So that's the whole thing. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen with Roddy in PWG. Maybe he gets booked there for a little bit longer and then starts, kind of getting booked less frequently, because you have to think there's going to be some scheduling conflicts coming up with Ring of Honor and PWG, even going into 2016, so he won't be able to probably make every show. So it's going to be interesting, but I don't think Roddy is going to just stop going to PWG like Cole and O'Reilly did.
I would not be surprised if PWG has Roddy drop the belt at Bola just to be on the safe side of things, just so like they don't have to worry about scheduling conflict.
But who would he drop it to?
I see. That's where I'm kind of like unsure. You got to make sure it's somebody that can make shows. You got to make sure it's somebody that's kind of a PWG regular. I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, all these crazy shit going on. Like Trevor Lee it looks like he's getting a TNA regular. TNA, how they work is that if he gets booked at PWG, if he's going to be in TNA regularly, TNA has the right to make him.
I don't think
TNA actually has to run regularly to be a TNA regular. I'm just throwing
he's not a TNA regular because he's only working for Global Force, and they're doing their stupid fucking TNA versus Global Force angle. That's the only reason that Trevor Lee's in there. So he's not signed to TNA. He is just working for Global Force, who's working for TNA.
Okay, because I didn't read fully the spoilers, but I was hearing what's going on, and I was like expecting maybe he's gonna be in TNA regularly, but it's this whole Global Force fucking TNA thing going on, which is another topic for another day. Yeah, and I was telling Skid the other day. I mean, Ring of Honor to me, I feel like it's the number 2 company because if you can exclusive your talent and doing other things, you mean you're up there. You like WWE is automatic. Ring of Honor, they're getting there. So
yeah.
And
you know what?
You know what's also really
Real
interesting?
Quick.
No. Oh, go ahead.
I want to kind of go in on something, if you guys don't mind.
Okay.
Sure.
I want to go in on the dumbest tweet of the day.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Motherfuckers. Don't you ever in your fucking life send me some dumbass tweet telling me that fucking TNA is number 2. Don't ever say that they're number 2 because they're...
But don't you ever go on about TNA buying PWG. Whoever says that just needs to sit in the fucking corner and never come out.
What they really need to do is sit in the corner, delete their Twitter, cancel the WWE Network, cancel TNA, do whatever. Just cancel your whole wrestling career is watching it. Cancel it, period. Just don't watch wrestling ever again. And you know who I'm talking about.
I mean, wait a minute. Isn't TNA number 2? They're number 2, right? You know, like the same kind of number 2 that I make in the bathroom?
Shit.
So that is technically correct. But yeah, TNA number 2, my ass. I mean, but what is number 2? Are we talking number 2 for North America? Because that's wrong, because AAA is number 2 for North America. Are we talking number 2 for the United States? Wrong, because Ring of Honor is number 2. Are we talking number 2 for the world? Wrong, because New Japan's number 2. So any way you put it,
that's just my opinion.
What's up?
I think New Japan's number one in the world.
No. The biggest wrestling promotion in the world? No.
No.
WWE is a clear-cut number one.
I'm talking about right now. Is what I mean. Like who's putting on
are you talking they're number one in their product?
I'm talking about product.
Well, I mean that's a completely different thing. If you're talking product, if you're talking about the number of good shows that they put on, yes, they're probably number one. But I was going on from a business sense.
Yeah. Oh, we actually have a caller. Let's put this caller on. This caller actually called up earlier when we were talking about Bolo. They hung up. We have a 504 real quick. Talk to us, 504. Who's speaking?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, y'all?
What's up, dude?
What's good? It's Brandon from New Orleans. I talked to you guys before.
All right. What's going on, Brandon?
I called during the PWG talk because I work with indie wrestling, and so, but yeah, I think the switch up with the lucha guys, and like, I think that's gonna make for a very interesting show. I'm sorry, I had the hiccups.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it because, you know, me and Oscar, we actually hit up a couple of Lucha Underground shows because we're from the area. And, you know, these Lucha guys can definitely go. Like, I'm just definitely excited. And we go to all these PWG shows.
Yeah, I've pretty much been up on that. And I've been up on the G1. Oh, man, I got so mad earlier because I realized there was 31 days.
Well, there's technically 19 days. There's going to be 19 different shows.
No, I'm in 31 days in July. So I was looking forward. I was going to stay up and watch it.
Yeah, they come on early in the morning.
Oh, I know, man. I stayed up till 4. I stayed up till 4 just to watch the one, and the whole Nakamura thing. It's like he was pegged to actually win the tournament, and now with that injury, he only has 2 points.
Yeah, that sucks because I think I was looking forward to seeing him and probably take that title from him, Okada. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, whoever wins G1,
likewise.
Has a better shot. Right. And, you know, we'll see. Like, I want to see, like, Ishii probably, like, get a shot at, you know, getting that IC title. It's a lot of shit that I want to see go on in New Japan at the moment.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it, that because Okada's in the tournament, because Nakamura got injured, what they could do is have Okada win the G1, and then he picks his own guy to face at Wrestle Kingdom, and he picks Nakamura.
Well,
that'd be smart.
Only 2 IWG champs have actually won the G1. It's very rare. It's very rare for the champ to win.
Yeah,
AJ Styles has been on fire too.
Yeah, but with AJ, you just don't know how his future is gonna be. I mean, there's all these rumors he could be going to WWE. And at the end of the year, who knows? But you know, I wouldn't say he's gonna win the whole thing. You know.
I gotta ask to the caller, what do you think of Michael Elgin so far in the G1?
Oh, I think I know exactly what he's doing because I mean I've worked with people who tour and stuff, and this was Elgin's whole thing. He wanted to be in the G1 so bad, and his first match, he pretty much used the whole power thing, and he spread his arms and he screamed Elgin, and he grew his beard out, so he's trying to be like the Rough House in Japan, and he's doing all right, but I was upset because the match was supposed to be Nakamura against Elgin.
I heard that there's a chance that might still happen. I don't know how. I mean, I'm seeing so many shit on Twitter. You know, they say it's a possibility that it could still happen, but who knows?
I would love to see it, but yeah. I couldn't even tell when the injury took place. I had to watch it about 4 times.
Was it part of that tag team match?
Yeah, because Nakamura sells so well.
Yeah, it's such a problem with like watching New Japan because all those guys sell so good. Especially a guy like Ishii, you never know if he's legit hurt or not until he keeps on competing. So I thought too. I was like, no, Nakamura is selling like.
Ishii always does that to me. I don't know if he's really messed up, or if he's selling.
That's what makes fans best.
Hey, Brandon, you want to throw your Twitter out there so the followers, if they want to talk to you about wrestling or whatnot, can follow you?
Yeah, you can look me up. You can type ATM 504 on YouTube. I'm a rapper, so you can look up ATM 504 on YouTube, and you can also follow me at the Rexflex on Twitter.
Okay, I just followed you on Twitter, so if you want to follow us back, go for it, brother.
Yeah, of course I'm going to follow you back, dude.
All right, bro.
All right, yeah, it was good talking to you, man.
Yeah, same here, bro. Thanks, Brandon, for calling.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all.
Good night. That was Brandon from the 504. Pretty sure he's better than Lil Wayne. But
I know you guys probably want to head out of here quick, but I just want to throw out a note, and I'm sure it may get heat for this, but you know what? I'm going to say it anyways. TNA taped 8 days of television. I understand people are going to give them their hate, say what they got to say about TNA, but 8 days of television straight, a bunch of good matches. You got to give props to that roster, man, for cooperating and having 8 days of taping to be able to get through it with the state of TNA right now. They brought in a lot of different guys as well. I feel like TNA may be onto something here. I'm just saying.
I think they're doing it because they're trying to see if they get another network deal because it's getting close to September. And see what they're gonna do. I don't know if they have another network in place, but I'm sure they're doing this, bringing all this talent in, just to press over another network will bring them in, because Destination America looks like it's going away. Or unless they somehow Destination America wants to keep them.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'll never disrespect TNA's in-ring product because they're always putting on good shows and there's a lot of great talent on there. But like I've said in the past and I'm saying it again, how many chances can I give to TNA before they screw you over again, before they do something stupid and make you stop watching again? There's so many chances you can give to a company before you completely give up.
Oh, I agree. The one thing I will say that I'm not a big fan of is the main event. Although it should be a good main event, I just don't accept the fact that TNA has to draw for their biggest show of the year with former WWE guys, I should say. It's going to be EC3 against Drew Galloway with Jeff Hardy as a special guest referee. Sorry for spoilers, but suck it, people.
Who gives a shit? I can care less. I don't think anybody else cares either. But we're coming to an end of the show. I want to give a shout out to Daria from Tough Enough. It was an awesome, fun interview. Probably one of my funnest interviews I've done in a while. So shout out to her. Good luck to her in her future, and I hope to see her in a WWE ring soon. But we're gonna go off air. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at WrestlingHeads. We are also we have a website, WrestlingHeads.com, ProWrestlingTees.com /WrestlingHeads. I'm WH Skits on Twitter. Also on Periscope, WH Skits, Periscope, WrestlingHeads. Just Google us, WrestlingHeads, and you'll find any of our social medias, whatnot, Facebook and all that stuff.
All right, you guys can follow me at Sinister632 on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope. And don't forget, August 9th, at, I think it's going to be 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 12 Pacific. I'm going to be periscoping Kristen Joseph of Lucha Underground. He's going to be answering questions about the future of Lucha Underground at the Wrestling Guy store. You guys want to check that out in case you want to know what the future of Lucha Underground is. Check out WrestlingHeads.com. Go support us at WrestlingHeads. Pro Wrestling Tee/WrestlingHeads. Get yourself a tee like everybody else does. You might be good luck. If Tom gets a shirt, he's getting laid that night.
Well, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at @2tweetme. That is my personal account. If you follow me there, I always pretty much, I'm going to try live tweet every day of the G1 Climax. I did day 6 and day 7, so I'm always up. I'm going to be up this weekend live tweeting those shows, so if you're up, make sure you follow me and you'll have results. I'm on Periscope as well, even though I probably won't use it until mid-August, around there. Other than that, I probably won't use it. But follow me on anywhere. I'll follow you back. Make sure you check out everyone on the Elite Podcast Network. Eyes on the Ring coming this Sunday. Of course, Indie Power Rankings every Tuesday and Wednesday. Beyond the 3 Count. Scotty O'Shea's Wrestling with Myself. So much stuff here on the Elite Podcast Network. Make sure you follow everybody and listen to their shows as well.
Chief plug for Tom and myself. We had the chance to interview WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts to preview the upcoming Unspoken Award Tour he's going to be doing in Ontario, starting this coming Sunday at Club Absinthe in Hamilton, Ontario. Highly recommend checking that out at youtube.com/Weekly Wrestling Podcast. Also posted a Throwback Thursday with Tommaso Ciampa from February and the Indie Power Rankings Tag Team Top 5 reveal at youtube.com/Weekly Wrestling Podcast. So check that out. If you don't really want to go on YouTube to check out the Jake the Snake interview, you want to hear it through the Elite Podcast Network feed, we will be doing Wrestle Chat tomorrow, normal time, as Wrestling Heads most likely. Stay tuned to Weekly W Podcast for more info, but we're going to be doing Wrestle Chat tomorrow to kind of briefly talk, or I should say to expand on the talk about TNA Global Force Wrestling, Roderick Strong's contract, and so much more. There's so much going on this week, so me and Tom will be holding it down on Wrestle Chat tomorrow. Like Tom said, check out the Elite Podcast Network family. Check out every show on the network. ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE. And if you guys are coming in for BOLA and you want a Weekly Wrestling Podcast shirt, tweet me at Weekly W Podcast, Facebook me, whatever the case may be, and we'll do our best to make that happen. Ordering a batch of shirts actually just before the Battle Los Angeles tournament. So highly recommend checking that out, and highly recommend checking out the rest of the family.
Definitely, man. I wish we could talk more, because there was a lot of news, like some John Cena shit we want to talk about, but well, I guess we'll get it to Monday. Until then, I'm Skits, that's Tom, that's Oscar, and that is Matt, and this is the Elite Podcast Network, hashtag EPN, hashtag WH Radio, hashtag WWP. Peace, motherfuckers.
Girl, bye.